convinces people finally that electric cars are the future.
Accused the companies of being complicit in the death of children who were working in cobalt mines in the company's supply chain.
20% of the cobalt there is mined by hand, often by young children.
In the quest for clean energy and sustainable transportation, electric cars have gained immense popularity. But beneath the gleaming surface of these vehicles lies a disturbing truth, a dark reality hidden within the cobalt mining industry in Congo. Cobalt is a critical component in lithium-ion batteries which power electric vehicles and store renewable energy. Its high energy density and stability make it ideal for these applications. As the world shifts towards a greener future, electric vehicles have emerged as a promising solution to reduce carbon emissions from transportation. The rise in electric vehicle adoption has triggered an exponential demand for cobalt, as it is a key ingredient in the batteries that power these vehicles. As a result, the cobalt market has experienced a surge, and the Democratic Republic of Congo has become a focal point of global cobalt production. The Democratic Republic of Congo produces over 70% of the world's cobalt, making it the largest global supplier. However, the cobalt mining industry in Congo faces numerous challenges. One of the major concerns is the dominance of artisanal and small-scale mining operations. These operations often lack oversight, leading to hazardous working conditions and labor rights abuses. Miners, including children, are forced into dangerous environments with little protection or safety measures. According to UNICEF, an estimated 40,000 children are engaged in cobalt mining activities in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The use of child labor in cobalt mining is a particularly distressing concern. Poverty and lack of alternatives drive children to work in mines, depriving them of education, exposing them to hazardous conditions, and endangering their physical and mental well-being. The hazardous nature of cobalt mining poses severe risks to the health of miners. Exposure to toxic substances and lack of proper safety equipment contribute to respiratory diseases such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and other debilitating health conditions. The environmental impact of cobalt mining cannot be ignored either. Improper mining practices such as open pit mining and the use of chemical agents lead to deforestation, soil erosion, and water pollution. These practices not only harm the ecosystem, but also affect the livelihoods of local communities who depend on the land for their sustenance. Water sources in the vicinity of mining areas often become contaminated with heavy metals and toxic chemicals, posing a threat to the health and well-being of nearby communities.
All of Serafin Kasongo's fish are dead. He says he farmed them in this pool until acid leaked from a nearby mine here in the Democratic Republic of Congo. He says it killed the plants and that he found the fish floating. It was 8 months ago. He says he can't afford to clean the pools and replace them.
The cobalt supply chain, characterized by complexity and lack of transparency, makes it challenging to trace the origin of cobalt used in electric vehicle batteries. This lack of transparency hinders efforts to ensure responsible sourcing and accountability throughout the supply chain. The Democratic Republic of Congo also has a history plagued by armed conflicts, with various armed groups vying for control over valuable resources, including cobalt. These conflicts have contributed to a cycle of violence and instability, further exacerbating the human rights abuses within the cobalt mining industry. The illicit trade of cobalt in conflict zones provides a lucrative source of revenue for armed groups. The control over cobalt mines becomes a means to fund their activities, perpetuating violence and prolonging the suffering of local communities. According to a report by Global Witness, armed groups in the Democratic Republic of Congo earned an estimated $23 million annually from the trade of cobalt between 2014 and 2017. The presence of armed groups in mining areas not only disrupts the lives of local communities, but also fuels a climate of fear and intimidation. Miners are subjected to extortion, forced labor, and violence, while their families live in constant fear of reprisals. The involvement of armed groups in cobalt mining also poses a challenge to responsible sourcing and transparency within the supply chain. Illicitly sourced cobalt can find its way into global markets, making it difficult to ensure that the cobalt used in various industries, including electric vehicles, is free from conflict taint. The cobalt mining industry in Congo is fraught with challenges, but there is hope for change. Responsible sourcing and ethical mining practices have emerged as key strategies to mitigate the negative impacts of cobalt extraction. Various stakeholders, including governments, industry leaders, and civil society organizations, are working together to create a more sustainable and socially responsible cobalt supply chain. One crucial aspect of responsible sourcing is the establishment of robust regulatory frameworks and standards. Governments and international organizations are working towards developing guidelines and certifications that promote transparency, traceability, and accountability throughout the cobalt supply chain. Another important aspect is supporting initiatives that prioritize the well-being of miners and local communities. The Fair Cobalt Alliance, for instance, works to improve working conditions, empower miners, and eliminate child labor from the cobalt supply chain. In parallel, efforts are being made to promote sustainable mining practices. This includes the adoption of better environmental management techniques, such as reclamation and land rehabilitation, to mitigate the negative impact of mining on ecosystems and water sources. Furthermore, advancements in technology and innovation are driving the development of alternative solutions to reduce the reliance on cobalt. One such promising avenue is the development of solid-state batteries, which have the potential to replace traditional lithium-ion batteries and reduce the demand for cobalt. These batteries utilize alternative materials that are more abundant and environmentally friendly. In the face of this alarming reality, we must not lose hope. By striving for a sustainable future, we can ensure that the benefits of electric vehicles are not tainted by human suffering. It is time for governments, corporations, and consumers to collaborate and take responsibility for creating a transparent and ethical cobalt supply chain.